Nunu
right?
wins every
single time.
Anybody that fights K. Rican's gonna win because the fights with her head down. Like, let's be real. You not getting nothing with your head down, sis. I'm sorry.
Yo, they really, every fight too, keep your head up, keep your head up. I'm like, damn, yo.
Are they mad fake though when they go to the card?
You did your big one, yo.
You did your thing.
You did your thing. They were mad fake,
like,
yo.
What do you mean? She got beat up.
Was it really fake? They were being supportive. They really were being like consoling.
No, they were being good friends.
Yeah, they were.
Lying, but they being good friends.
This the kind of beat the go, this the kind of beat the go, this the kind of beat the go, rock, top, top.
Welcome back to another episode of the Petty Headquarters. I am Tila Tequila, and this is
Chelsea Strange.
And we are back at it again with another video, y'all.
Yo.
But this time things are very different because we are snowed the fuck in.
Yes, there was a blizzard in New York. Okay, first blizzard in like 10 years. All right, and we are snowed in. What we got? 18 inches outside. So we not in the studio, okay?
No.
But we wanted to deliver. So for the audio version, hello, we still here delivering.
Period.
Okay, we got the wireless mics on. We still here. And for those of you watching, well, we're a little home studio, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got the little webcam. We took it back to the old school YouTube days, okay?
Yeah, but you know we wasn't gonna miss.
Yeah. No, for real. Shout out to you because I was like,
she was trying to sleep in, not do none of that.
No, I wasn't trying to do that. I was gonna give y'all another video. That's what I was gonna do. Y'all just wasn't gonna get a Baddies recap, but y'all wasn't gonna get you know what I mean? I was gonna get something else. But thanks to Jesse over here, we have this amazing plan. So, without further ado, welcome back. If you guys are new, this is obviously not our usual setup, but we are the Petty Headquarters. We are a pop culture podcast where we talk about reality TV baddies, as well as internet culture, pop culture, all of those things, okay?
Yes. So, we're going to get into this week's episode.
Yeah, episode 14.
Yeah.
So, let's take it back from the top.
So in the very beginning of when we see Summer's face destroyed. Her face is all swollen. It looks crazy. She's bleeding. And the medic is...
Yo, the medic moved out the way. First of all, let me just... Lex is attacking Summer. Her face is leaking. We know the spiel, right? Okay, but why the fuck Lex goes back again to really do her in that last final round? Why the fuck did the medic move out the way?
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I would too.
But still,
fuck that. Like, I don't get paid enough to get beat up.
I mean, I guess, but like you're there to do the job and to like patch her up. And you know, listen, this was a very emotional fight for both women involved.
It's so funny because Tink says the same thing. Like as you hear in the background, you hear Tink say that was an emotional fight. Like that was an emotional fight, and I feel like everybody's seen that. Like it was a little. Everybody was kind of taken back by how much passion there was. You know how when there's a murder, there's like a thing called passionate killing. Yeah. When someone's like angry and it's like that. That's how it felt, like a passionate fight. Like you were angry and it's deeper than just Summer spilling the tea.
Yeah, it's way deeper than that. It almost felt like this was a whole emotional overload. Like it kind of like, you know, Lex was already built up on emotions and this was just like the final straw where she just poured everything out. Like it just overloaded and like spilled out. And that was that. I'm not gonna lie, I did not like seeing this. You know, Summer's face was leaking, you know, and she's like really giving her some aggressive blows. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you.
She really wanted to hurt her.
She really did. And I was like, damn, like this is just fucked up. Like I feel like for both parties, it's just like really bad.
And after this, right, Lex is on the floor. She's crying. She says she's crying because she's angry, not because she's sad, that she wants Summer to tell, if she's going to tell the truth, tell the whole truth.
Right.
You know, and not just half the truth.
But what I thought was funny, sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
But what I thought was funny was right after Summer's just, while her face is leaking, she just talking mad shit, talking about she mad because she ate that pussy and it was wet. I'm like, Summer, like, why do you keep talking shit?
Yeah, and it's sad because, like, you can see, and even Nuno clocks this later on, she's like, despite what Summer says out loud, you can tell she's hurting on the inside. And even then, like, you can just see throughout this episode, like, throughout that scene, that Summer's just, it's like a coping mechanism. Like, she's developed this way of coping or in dealing with trauma, right? She comes from somewhere where it's like, you know, she's clearly dealt with a lot of trauma, because to even be okay with this, I would like to use an example as Krishan. Krishan, whenever she got into these domestic violence fights with Blueface, it was always a way to cope with that. Like, it was normalized. And I feel like the same thing with these fights, right? Like, her getting beat up time and time again by Zeus Network, by like, Zeus Network allows it, which I find it kind of interesting, right?
I don't like that.
Because they want Summer to be here. They continue to, condone her behavior because they love it. It's camera, right? It's good footage. It's good TV. But yet they allow her to get beat up. So you had the security guard that busted her lip, right? She has a scar forever here. Then you have Lex, who clearly, even Clarissa Shields said it to online today, when she addressed the Lemmy thing. She said, you know, she has all these scars on her face from Zeus, so she's gonna make sure that Summer's protected by her, because she knows what it is, because the security doesn't protect her. And that's not saying that Summer doesn't antagonize and doesn't, you know, sometimes, I wouldn't say deserve, but for people's argument's sake, they say she deserves it, right? But there's no such thing as a perfect victim. And I feel like we've said this before. I've said this when we were in Turks and Caicos, when the same thing happened with the security thing, right? Just because Summer's loud doesn't mean that the treatment and the neglect that she gets is acceptable.
Yeah, she doesn't deserve that.
At the end of the day,
people want to say she deserves it, I don't think she does.
Right. At the end of the day, this wouldn't be happening on TV, on real TV, on VH1, on MTV, on these reality TV shows, and her personality would still, you know, garner attention and get money.
100%.
Going back to the Summer thing, I feel like, you know, people saying she deserved it, I don't appreciate that. I don't know. It's weird and it's sad to see it. And even Lemmy, he went on live to say, oh, I didn't get checked by Clarissa Shields.
Yo, he really did.
He did.
Talk about, I didn't get checked.
Yeah, he said he wanted to clarify a few things. Cool, he clarified, but I find it funny that in that video, he also says, I met with Summer. We're cool. We're respectful. We exchanged some words. It was all good, right? But then he also says, I hope she comes to the reunion. But it's like funny because you hope she comes to the reunion because you know with her it comes with ratings.
Right.
But yet you don't protect her the same way you'd protect Natalie Nunn. Right. The same way you protected Krishan. The same way you protect Scotty. The same way you protected Dolly last season when she was in the kitchen.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's weird, and I feel like they take advantage of people who don't know their rights.
Yeah, I agree. And like, why is it? I feel like with Baddies and Zeus, it seems to be like there's a hierarchy of like which girls matter and which girls don't.
Right.
And it's like which girls are expendable and like which, you know what I mean? Like, I just really don't like that. And, you know, the whole situation is fucked up. The fact that they really allowed it, like they stood there and allowed Lex to really like pummel Summer. And I really didn't like watching that because I'm like, yo, the medic, that ass moved out the way and she got her ones. 1, 2, 3.
And the security guards were just watching.
They were standing there just watching, and I'm like, okay, why? And this is the thing. I don't like that people are sitting here saying, yeah, she deserved it, or like, I'm not a fan of that. And, you know, I guess it brings me to this whole thing. Like, at the end of the day, both of these women were in serious emotional, like, you know, crisis mode where I feel like this whole situation was just like really fucked up. And even like, you know, Rolly making the little jokes. Like, I mean, I know she probably laughed because like she don't know what else to do. But it was like, I don't know. I think Rolly laughed out of like being shocked that Lex actually did Summer in that.
I think she was trying to be funny for camera and it wasn't working.
But even the laugh was just like you could tell she was a little shocked. Like, damn. Like, she even said at some point in the show, she's like, I didn't think Lex was that mad. And I'm like, yo, me too.
Right. Yeah.
I did not think it was that deep.
To the point where Biggie was like, why did it feel so like aggressive? Like, y'all fucked because what is going on?
For real. Biggie really said that.
Biggie's confessional was like,
she was like, y'all was fucking.
right. Like, because why else would you be that? Like so I feel like Lex had a bigger reason to be mad when Summer was disrespecting her in the beginning with Tasiki.
Yes.
You know, because Summer was really I'm surprised Lex didn't go off then. So for now, it just feels like something deeper was.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like, I feel like both women right now in this whole situation, they're losing control of their self-image, right? And, like, different ways where I'm like, damn, like, Summer's really still holding on to the still pretty, like, even though you know deep down she's hurting, like you could tell the eyes don't lie. Like, even though she was saying still pretty, you mad, she was still popping her shit, but like the eyes just look hurt. Like, and she even said in her confession, like, why are you coming at me with so much aggression? Like, you know, so that whole scene was just...
Even DJ Scott said it's hard to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, it was just like way too much where I was like, girl. Yeah. Oh my God.
So the girls go inside, right? Because, you know, Rolly says for their safety, they have to go inside because let's not forget, this whole scene was also part of Tommy rolling up with her daughter or whatever.
Yes.
And that's what the parts that that got cut out.
That we didn't see.
That we didn't see. Because even... Who was it? Tavy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she mentioned how she was going to jump in for Lex, and she's glad she didn't.
Right.
Which I don't know what that means.
Yeah, when I first heard that, I was confused. But then after we watched it the second time, I was like, is that with what happened with Lex and Tommy and her people? Mm-hmm. Like, was Lex getting jumped? Or was there like a situation that happened with Tommy's daughter that we didn't see? Obviously, because, you know, what was said was Tommy told them to cut that out because her daughter is not a part of the cast.
Oh.
That's what someone had said
really?
To me. Yeah, on Instagram, or someone had commented on our past YouTube video. Like, that's what it was. She's not a part of the cast. So she had them like cut that out or whatever, which I think is interesting. I think it's mostly because it's her daughter, because there's been so many people that were not a part of the cast that they still kept in. They just blurred their faces.
And also, I wonder if she's a minor. Under 21, she probably can't. Right?
Maybe. Yeah, that's the thing too. I don't know that girl's age. I don't know her age, so I have no idea. But even hearing Tavy say that, I was like,
yeah, what happened?
Jumping in for Lex? Like, was Lex getting jumped? Like, what happened for real?
Yeah, exactly.
Unless she's talking about the situation with the guy that was, like, throwing water and trying to start, Red Bull.
Either way, it had to do with Tommy's people.
Either way, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, whatever happened, I guess we'll never know. But Rolly says how she has to conduct the meeting again because Natalie's not here. She hasn't spoken to her. Mm-hmm. And this is where Scotty... you know, says, oh, I spoke to her, and then she tells about the conversation between her and Jayla. Well, between her and Natalie, but Jayla and Janelle were also there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this whole scene was like, y'all are all weird. I'm
excited to get into this.
Yeah, because this is like a whole thing. Janelle, you're weird. Mariahlynn, you're weird.
I don't think Janelle's weird.
I think Janelle's saving face for sure. Like, I agree with the girls. I think because her stories were going back and forth. Like, let's be real.
They were, but I mean, here's what I really like about Janelle. You could tell she's loyal.
Yes.
She's loyal.
She's saving face. She's saving face.
And I love that she didn't break. Because
she stuck to it.
She wrote that all these girls were trying to
They really were. They were pressing her. They were.
Hard. And Janelle's like confusing them with her story. I loved it.
Yeah, like, and they were like, bitch, you lying. Yeah. Like, even Biggie was like, bitch, I knew I ain't fuck with you.
To my recollection.
No, for real. I recall. Like, no, for real.
Right, because Scotty brings up how, you know, Mariah's name was brought up because of Natalie. Mm-hmm. And apparently Mariahlynn had called Natalie during Scotty and Jayla's trip in Italy.
Right. So this is I wrote the whole breakdown. Okay. So we're going to get into the whole breakdown. So Scotty brings up the fact that, you know, she spoke to Natalie, asked her, why did you bring up her and her dog? And, you know, Scotty also tells Mariah that Natalie brought your name up because she said you were messing with Lemmy and something like that. So now, immediately, Mariah is just like, first of all, I have a job to do. All that extra stuff, I don't give a fuck about none of that. So off rip, my radar is going off like, okay, why didn't you deny that?
Right.
Like, why is it just an immediate, like, I don't care, I have a job to do?
Like, why wasn't that your first reaction? Because I feel like anybody who's accused of something so outrageous would immediately be like, there's like an automatic facial expression. Would be like,
yeah. It was almost like she was prepared for it and she was acting. It almost felt like acting to me.
And this wouldn't be the first time that Mariah has not only been in messy situations, but has been a liar.
Right. But also she's been in the TV world for a long time with, you know, being on Love and Hip Hop and all these shows, right? So she knows how to play this TV game. So that's one thing I will say about Mariahlynn. So right after that, Mariah said that in her confessional, she believes Scotty, but she also wants to believe Natalie too. Then she goes on to address the video that Natalie also had did her rant about, because Natalie claimed that Mariahlynn had a video proving that Lemmy abuses Scotty's dog.
Yeah.
So that is how Mariahlynn got brought up into it, and that's how they connect.
Yes.
That is exactly how they connect, because Mariah, if she allegedly was sleeping with Lemmy, then she probably would have seen something and has a video of some sort behind the scenes that no one knows about, because people clearly aren't talking right now. People are all trying to save face and, you know, still be in good graces behind the network that pays them. And that was the entire energy of this whole scene.
Yes, that was
like,
the whole fucking scene. I was like, yo, even when Jayla's trying to retell the story,
stuttering, stuttering,
but
yo.
I also want to bring up a part where, you know, and this is there's a bad, I think mostly bad, that Lemmy goes online, because it's like, I hate to see your face now, you know? But also these are the good parts about it, because he kind of tells on himself without telling you, telling you. If you learn how to read between the lines, you can see that these people really tell on themselves, right?
Yeah.
So Lemmy went online and had addressed, when this episode came out a week ago, he said, just want everybody to know that I left that in the edit because it had no merit. Which goes to show you, one, which I said before in the episode, that one, he will delete stuff and will and take stuff out when it does have truth to it, one.
Period.
And then two, which you saw in the whole fighting for a second plate thing with Natalie and Scotty, right? Number two, he said that there is no merit to it, which goes to show you that these people right here are, like you said, are going to save face, because Jayla stuttering the way she was stuttering was crazy.
The way she was trying to recap the whole
She was
situation.
making sure she picked the right words. And then even Mariahlynn, like, you know, she was like, the way she was talking, Janelle, you could tell.
Everybody was tiptoeing in this scene.
Everyone was tiptoeing. It felt like they were being watched.
Yes, and they knew they were being watched, and they were trying to, like, really tiptoe and walking on eggshells for sure.
Exactly.
So, you know, Mariah then says that she doesn't appreciate that, you know, her name is being brought up at all. Period. Still not denying it, right? So then Scotty at this point brings Janelle into the conversation, and, you know, it's very clear that Janelle is being loyal to Natalie, and she is playing kind of dumb a little bit, saying that, no, she doesn't recall this, she doesn't remember this. I thought that she brought up her name with the post. I thought she only brought up Mariah's name with the post.
Yeah.
And then Scotty kept saying, I'm not talking about the post. What I said was, I asked Natalie, why did she bring up my name and my dog? And Natalie brought up Mariahlynn's name, but Janelle is just not trying to admit that, even though we saw that Scotty is right. That is what happened.
Yeah, because they made it a point to flashback.
They made it a point, right? But that is what happened. And so Janelle is just really trying to, you know, she did not care.
Because, like, because she says, and which she says is, I think it's the realest thing, I mean, like, that you will hear, is that, you know, in real life, she's friends with Scotty. She's friends with Natalie behind the scenes, way before Baddies.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, these people who are trying to pin them against each other would much rather them against each other than be with each other, because then the other people lose their positions and where they are in their lives.
Yeah. So then Biggie, you know, in the midst of this, she's like, did she bring up Mariahlynn's name, yes or no? Like, she's asking Janelle, pressing Janelle, did Natalie bring up Mariahlynn's name? So Janelle is still doing the she doesn't recall thing. Now, this is where Rolly asked her, are you trying to save face for Natalie? Right? And she claims that she's not, but like we said, her story just, she's sticking to that main story, even though in the beginning, Rolly claims that she did say that Natalie brought up her name, then switched the story. So at this point, Mariah stands up, right? And she's clapping and she's going off. And she said that Natalie told her that Scotty brought up her name, which I thought was interesting. I was like, okay, so now stories are changing.
But also, that has now confirmed Mariah had the heads up. Right? Like, so it took her up to this point to admit she already had this conversation with Natalie. Natalie already gave her the heads up.
Which is exactly
what you just said.
Really funny though too, because she's saying that she never called Natalie to talk about nothing, and that was another thing that they said. Because Natalie has said that the reason why she knows about certain things is because Mariahlynn had called her while Scotty and Jayla were in Milan with Lemmy and whatever, right? So now I'm just like, this is so interesting how things are all over the place, not making sense. But when you kind of like piece little things together, little things start to make sense. Somebody's lying.
They tell on each other without even realizing that they tell on each other because, and that's why I don't trust Mariahlynn at all.
At all.
Because she's look how strategically, very strategic. She waited to tell everybody that she already had this conversation with Natalie.
Bro, and
she wanted to hear what they had to say first. And then say, well, I already spoke to Natalie and she told me that you brought it up first. Like, why did you wait? You know what you're doing.
Then she goes on to interrupt the back and forth that they're having about the conversation. And she says that Natalie brought up something that has nothing to do with this. So what does that mean? What do you mean that Natalie brought up something that has nothing to do with this? So you sleeping with Lemmy or having some type of relationship with Lemmy has nothing to do with what, the dog? Like, I don't know.
Like, what is it?
I don't know. Like, right. So she said, stop clocking my pussy. And then she said, stop throwing my names and false allegations. Which, why did it take so long for you then to say it's a false allegation? Right. So to me, and my first instinct, my instinct is telling me that you're lying, boo. Like, why did you not immediately say, this is wrong?
Right. And also, how can someone clock your pussy if it's not true?
Right.
That's where I'm just like, at that point, it's not clocking your pussy, it's lying. It's just straight up lying. But if it's true, then how is it clocking your pussy?
Yeah, you're right. And I agree. Because, like, why did you say that if it's not true?
Right, because I wouldn't say that. Like, if there was an allegation on me saying, oh, you slept with somebody, right, and clocking my pussy is something I said regularly. But if that's a lie, you're not clocking my pussy. You're just lying.
You're clocking my pussy.
Like, you're just straight up lying. Like, you're not even clocking nothing.
Oh my God. So, I don't know. But listen, that's clocking to you that I'm standing on business. It's not clocking to you. So, this is all according to the edit.
According to the
allegedly. Since, people want to be fucking obnoxious in the comments talking about, we're gonna screen record this and send this to Lex so she can sue you.
So then Mariah also goes on to say that she is not going to air anyone else's dirty laundry because she knows people's dirty laundry. And I'm wondering if this was like low-key a jab at Natalie because it seemed like it kind of was.
Oh, yeah, 100% it was.
Right. So,
because she also feels like she's like, oh, because first they try to mess up my DJ set. Now they doing this. So she feels like she understands that whether it's Natalie, whether it's the network, that they're trying to bring her out of character.
Right. And she said that she's just not going to throw anyone under the bus. And now Scotty goes on again with the whole Janelle thing, kind of like wanting her to admit that, tell the truth. And Janelle is not doing it.
Right.
And it's a lot of back and forth. So now Rolly kind of deads that conversation. And then we go into...
Suki walks in.
Yeah, Suki does come in. You're right.
Suki walks in. Gretch says she's not fighting her because her stitch is in her neck, which is crazy.
I just feel like we don't even need to address that. Because it's like, it's literally not a scene. Yeah. It's nothing. Like, nothing happened. at this point, you know, Rolly is asking the girls, like, how do you guys feel, you know, working with DJ Sky? Of course, Mariahlynn has her issues calling her DJ fuck up, but she's willing to forgive her. But then there are other girls that are like, you know, they understand, they have her back, and we know that, you know, you said earlier that Zeus Network is very chaotic, so mistakes are always going to happen while live.
Yeah, because you asked me, you were like, do you think that there's truth to DJ Sky fucking up? And I'm just like, at the end of the day, you know, Zeus Network doesn't run their company conventionally.
Yeah.
As you could tell, that's what they're known for, right? So it's just like, I don't think DJ Sky would have had the opportunity to be with French Montana and to go on his tour, to go all the way to their country, to his country and all that, if she was an actual fuck up and unprofessional.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, she's been behind and more rappers and shit like that too. She wouldn't be this long. She's been a DJ way longer than Baddies existed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you're a professional and you've been in that profession for a long time, your fuck-ups aren't fuck-ups that are things that are... I feel like that's newbie fuck-up that they're talking about, and I think that reflects more the company rather than her.
Yeah, I agree with you. So Rolly basically brings in DJ Ari, saying that she's basically going to replace DJ Sky. And Nunu in her confessional, now she's going off talking about how DJ Sky, if you don't stand up, these people are always trying to punk you. You don't stand up for yourself. And then it becomes a whole thing.
Yeah, they try to pin DJ Sky against DJ Ari, right? And the girls are like, and even Coquilla was like, oh, you just got to, you know, stand up for yourself or they're going to keep walking all over you. And DJ Sky's like welcoming as hell, which I loved her confessional.
Yeah.
I don't care if y'all think I'm biased towards DJ Sky. I really fuck with her because this is the reason why. Like, this whole scene was exactly why I fuck with DJ Sky. She's not catty.
No.
One, she said, when the minute Rolly announced that she was getting replaced, and she was like, oh my God, I love DJ Ari, and was welcoming. And then in her confessional, she said, I am solidified as a DJ within myself. And I don't like none of this competition shit. Like, there's plenty of girls and there's plenty of room for another DJ. Like, she's been on 3 seasons, like, it's no big deal. And I think that is a very mature way of looking at life. And that's how she carries herself.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely regulates her emotions, like we were saying before. And I feel like a lot of the girls that are very catty, that like to fight with one another, that like to compete, that are in constant competition, they can't understand that because they don't operate that way. So everybody's going off on her. Nunu's going off on her. Biggie's going off even more mad, talking about like, you gonna let this bitch come in and take your spot? Like, you not mad? You work so hard to be here. Going off. Rolly, it's like they want a reaction out of DJ Sky so bad. And honestly, they're not getting it. And, you know, DJ Sky makes it known that she's confident in herself. She's solidified as a DJ. She's a DJ outside of Baddies.
And I love that she told them that right then and there. And then they try to flip it like, well, you made it a big deal about the Baddies shade. Like fucking Biggie going off. And I'm just like... Okay, that because she's on camera. You want her to be on camera. Like, she's obviously was doing it for cameras and cool, even if she cared about it. This is Baddies, but at the end of the day, as a DJ, she's solidified. Nobody can replace, and she's right. It's not easy. She makes it look easy. I guarantee you, it's not easy.
No.
Being a Baddies DJ.
No, definitely not. So now, at this point, Sapphire's like, DJ Sky, how do you feel? Let's ask Sky how she feels. And she's like, well, it's a surprise. And Biggie's like, was it a pleasant surprise? And I'm just like, yo, y'all really want a reaction out of her so bad. Like, even Jayla talking about, oh, you don't fight for nothing. You're just so quick to give up. Like,
right. And that's when she said what she said about being a DJ. But also, and this is why I said I also fuck with Janelle, because you could see both Janelle and DJ Sky were both being pressured to put a battery on their back.
Yeah.
Like, they were trying to pressure them to fight and to argue and to do things that they personally didn't want to do. And I feel like a woman that doesn't fold in that pressure and in those moments says a lot about their character.
Yeah.
And how they
100%.
are. You know what I mean? And I feel like majority of those women that are in the show are not like that.
No, they're pretty immature, you know, and that's
It's
just what
more
it is.
than just immature, but yeah, absolutely.
It is more than immaturity. You're right. You're absolutely right. Some people purposely perform, you know, they do the theatrics. They know what this is about and they do it. But then some can argue that, you know, I would be annoyed that DJ Sky don't stand up for herself either, but I feel like in this scenario, that wasn't the case. Like with the DJ, that wasn't the case. So then Ari's talking about she's looking forward to working with the girls, and all of a sudden everybody want to be on mute.
Yeah, they're like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That pissed me off bad because I'm like,
Bad.
DJ Sky basically said the same shit. Like she's looking forward to working with DJ Ari too, and she's, you know, happy about it. Looking forward to, like, we could both be DJs, baddie DJs, right? And everybody's arguing with her, giving her mad lip. But when DJ Ari talk about, yeah, I'm looking forward to, everybody's like, okay.
And I thought DJ Ari was like a little
She
shady.
came in catty.
She came in catty
as fuck.
She tried to play it cute, but
She
it was
thought
catty.
She thought she was smooth with it. She wasn't.
Yeah, she was like, there's a new sheriff in town.
Right.
Like, there's a reason why I'm here.
Yeah, because she was told that. I guess she's going to replace DJs. You see how they just be doing that?
But
You
that's
see
what
how they
I'm
be
saying.
doing
And
that?
she catered to that energy.
She did cater to it.
And
She was
then
ready to fight for her spot.
And then she realized what DJ Sky was on and then tried to act accordingly. And she tried to keep it cute, but I saw right through it.
I saw through it too immediately. I was like, it was like soft, but she definitely was coming in.
And then
you
it
know?
solidified that when DJ Sky said, yeah, she was at the auditions. Like, oh, okay. Makes sense. Because
Okay.
anybody at the auditions is ready to fight for any of that. So, Heard you.
Okay. Well, then after that, Rolly mentions that there is a local, right? And they were on Baddies Africa.
oh, yeah.
So this is where she brings in K motherfucking Rican. Okay?
Toothless and ruthless.
That's what Nunu called her in her confessional.
Love
So now she comes in and immediately, you know, says hi to everybody. She says, Fauna looking like she's smiling when Rolly was talking,
did
introducing
smile.
her, right? No, she was smiling already. So it was just so funny because I'm like, Fauna, you knew who it was. You knew who was coming in.
It sure did.
So she comes in looking mad cute, takes off her jacket, hugs Fauna. You know, Fauna pushes her away so that there's no fights immediately. Like, let's say hi
Yeah.
to each other first, boo. Then, boom, Tink addresses her about,
No,
you know.
K Rican said, because they said no fighting, and K Rican said, no, I'm trying to talk. So K Rican goes up and confronts Tink. Tink was sitting. Okay, and I guess production told K Rican not to hit Tink because she's injured. And that's why when she repeated, you know, they hash it out why they were fighting or why they got beef or whatever. K Rican was shocked and surprised that Tink snuck her because
Right,
she's
so
like,
the reason why she snuck her was she was like, oh, like, you know, you mentioned my child. You said, what about my child? So K was like, I never said anything about your child. I'm saying, why you talk about me when you should be at home with your baby? Like, why are you here on a new season? You should be at home with your baby. Immediately, K Rican doesn't even get to finish. Tink is like, you said what? And then she just hits her. And then, you know, she rushes her. They fight, you know. And before this, Fauna takes the cane away.
oh, so okay, so
Fauna takes the motherfucking cane away, which
Fauna
is
takes
wild.
the cane, she puts it on top of the table.
She held it for a bit, then she put it on top of the table.
She put it on top of the table, but
yes.
if you guys go replay it, as like a little bit after they're throwing water, this is when K Rican is throwing water after Tink, and Tink is throwing water at her. There's a little bit of chaos. You see DJ Sky put her bag on top of the cane.
Yeah.
The cane moves.
Then
Fauna
yeah.
grabs it and hands it to production.
Right.
So I thought it was funny that when Tink kept shouting, "Where's my cane?" Fauna wasn't there because she was already outside.
Before, though, she was saying, where's my cane inside? And still there was no response to giving her the cane.
Right.
You know, production or producers, whoever the fuck was on set, didn't give her the cane.
And I found that, I'm like, and that goes back to what I keep saying.
Yeah.
Zeus Network doesn't have your best intentions. They would rather put you in situations just to get a reaction.
So, and that's the thing. Like, when is enough enough? Like, how far does it have to be for them to take shit seriously? Because, like, they're willing to cross so many boundaries because you really withheld the cane from her. Like, you didn't give her a cane. And it's crazy because when they fight, they have done worse. But it's like, when they fight, at some point, you hear Biggie yelling, like, Tink's leg, her leg. Like, you know, and it's just pretty crazy. I'm like...
Yeah, I mean, listen. Is there really a line across? They watched and produced and edited Krishan drink and smoke while pregnant.
Yeah.
Scotty is on here pregnant.
Yep.
They had a whole shootout and recorded it.
Yo. Right.
Okay. And even Lemmy went on an interview. It was an interview and he was asked if somebody was being pew-pewed or like, you know, deceased or whatever, you know, K-word.
Unalived
on camera, would you stop recording? And he said no. Essentially was like, nah, like we would take all the precautions we need to do whatever, but no. So there is no line. Literally, Tommy threw a shot glass at a child and he got cut up and got stitches under him. Like, there is no line that Zeus will not cross.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they're powerful. Doesn't it remind you of a story that we just watched, a documentary we just watched?
Yeah, it does, right? Diddy?
The
Reckoning?
Yes. I'm telling you.
You waste no time bringing up Diddy. You bring up Diddy every chance you get, yeah.
Because this is very similar. And one day, you know, people, it's so funny because when you watch history not repeat itself, but it rhymes. So it's like you see a lot of similarities of these things. And when we watch these documentaries, we're always so shocked. Oh my God, how could people not realize? How could people do this? How could people do that? I'm not going to be a part of that people. I don't want to be a part of the people that are like not like dumb. You know what I mean? I want to be people that remind everybody, like at the end of the day, this is why we have our platform, because we're obviously bringing light differently than what Zeus does. And I just feel like, you know, it's our duty.
No, you're absolutely
Why are you laughing?
No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just like, this is cute. You're full of passion. Like,
I am.
That's it. That's all it is. So, you know, Tink and K-Rican fight about a couple of times. They're just going back and forth.
K-Rican can't fucking fight. Her head down every time.
They
Fauna
yelling,
and Keep
that up! Keep that up! Yo.
Not working out for K-Rican at all.
Not at all. Like, I felt like they wanted to jump in the fight for her so bad because she wasn't getting it.
No,
she wasn't getting it.
She wasn't getting it. And then Biggie's talking about, Scotty's pregnant. You know K-Rican, did they tell you Scotty's pregnant? And it's like, that's the problem. She's pregnant. She shouldn't be there.
Right. So, and they're throwing water at each other in between these fights too. They go about like, 3 rounds. And then you hear Biggie say that because they bumped, I guess I know Scotty was mad when Biggie said that because the way she was mad the first time on the bus talking about, I'm okay, relax, I does this. I know she was probably like, oh my God, Biggie, you dragging it. You know how Biggie be doing the most?
Yeah, she do.
Even though, I mean, we can all agree that
it's true.
It is true.
It's true.
It's true.
It takes one mistake and then like the baby's hurt.
So I have a question for you. So are we watching strong women clash or hurt women unravel in real time?
Oh. I definitely think it's more about unhurt women unraveling in real time.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I agree. But these are strong women too.
Strong women, but look at the ones that are more put together, like Janelle and DJ Sky. You see how much they don't unravel? The boring ones?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then Fauna, I feel like, is another example of how keeping it cute but playing the game. So she's a little bit of a balance. Because you see her fight when she needs to, but she's not so unraveling or like put a battery in her back type of girl.
No, def not. But her and Tavy just be arguing for nothing.
But I feel like that's something deeper.
They be fighting like they. Yeah, sorry, I can't, bro. I can't. So now you hear Tink yell out loud this time, "Where's my cane?" And you know, this point Tink has Rican's wig on. So she's in the house still. They're not outside yet.
Hear that,
Yeah, she says it again. They're in the house still, and she has the wig on. Rica's like, give me back my wig. Then they fight again, and all that. But, you know, after that, Rican fights Nunu.
Yes, because
she is Nunu. And then that fight, obviously, we know who the winner was.
Nunu
right?
wins every single time.
time.
Anybody that fights K Rican's gonna win because the bitch fights with her head down. Like, let's be real. You not getting nothing with your head down, sis. I'm sorry.
Yo, they really, every fight too, keep your head up.
Yeah.
Keep your head up. I'm like, damn, yo.
Are they mad fake though when they go to the card?
You
and
did your
take-
big
yeah,
one, yo.
You did your thing.
You did your thing. They were mad fake,
Like,
yo.
what do you mean? She got beat up.
Was it really fake? They were being supportive. They really were being like consoling.
No, they were
like-
being good friends.
Yeah, they were.
Lying, but they been good friends.
They were. They checked on her, you know.
Yeah, they're being
like-
good friends. Yeah, 100%.
Well, Tavy was being fake because Killa and Fauna, they weren't saying you did your
Right,
business. They
Tavy
were
was
not
being a
saying
liar.
that. Yeah, Tavy was dead ass lying. So after they fight, Rican, that first time in the house, fucking Rican goes, Miss Anthony, no Antonio. Oh no, Miss Antonio, no Brown or some shit.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
say some dumb shit. I'm like, yo, she's always talking shit.
Yeah.
So now this is where everyone goes outside and they're arguing outside.
Mm-hmm.
Then eventually, you know, they square up again, they fight. You know how it goes. Now, Killa Fauna, they check up on her. Tavy's lying, and we went over that. So now we see Scotty with Janelle and Jayla again, where Scotty is really trying to bring this out.
That's
of
why
Janelle.
I'm saying, like, when I talk about putting the pressure, they try to crack her like you were in an investigation, bro. Like
No,
the
they did.
police, the detectives.
The interrogation room.
Thank you.
Yes.
Because the way Scotty was repetitive, I was over it.
Me too.
And I was like, I felt Janelle. She's like, bro, like it was never that deep.
Yeah,
Like, can you not put me in this position?
Yeah,
Like,
literally. Even Jayla was like, all right.
And she's like,
I'm over it.
she's like, can you admit if you're wrong? Like, can you just admit it? And then
Yeah.
she's like, Janelle's obviously like, yeah, I'll admit it.
Yeah.
Which I feel her. I would be
Yes.
like, and then I play dumb and be like,
Yeah.
oh, my bad. I didn't recall. That's why I said I fuck with Janelle. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but like, I feel like you can feel real.
Mhm.
Real recognizes real. You can feel the energy. And I feel
Right.
like, I know it looked crazy on camera,
Yeah.
but that's what I would do for my friend too.
Mhm,
And that's why
mhm.
Natalie went online and was like, you know, Janelle is a real friend
Mhm.
behind cameras way before Baddies.
Yeah.
She addressed her. You saw her?
Yeah, I saw the story.
Yeah, and she said something like, you know, there's a reason why I wasn't there because I'm not dumb, I'm smart. And there's a reason why because you can't edit me a certain way if I'm not there a part of the conversation.
Yeah, I saw her story, so I thought that was pretty funny. But now, you know, Scotty says in her confessional, like, you know, when they run it back, you're gonna see that I didn't say Mariahlynn's name, and you're gonna look stupid, basically, about Janelle and her confessional. Which, I mean, she's right.
Yeah.
She is right.
And Janelle knew she would, but it's
Yeah,
okay.
Janelle don't care.
Yeah,
Janelle don't care.
She don't need this. She's just
She
kind of like,
don't. I'm
okay.
just here, like. So now the girls get on the bus, and Nunu basically recaps the whole beef with the internet beef with Regan. Oh my god, this was so dumb. I feel like this whole bus scene was such a waste of my fucking time.
It was a way to end shit.
It was weird. I guess it was a way to end shit, right? You know, then they start talking about the whole DJ Sky and DJ Ari thing.
This
and
whole scene
and
was whack.
Tavy gets so worked up.
Yeah.
Tavy gets so worked up.
Standing up, talking mad this, like that. And it's so funny. Because Tiana's like, she's like, why is she so aggressive or something like
No,
that?
I
You were
didn't
like,
say
why,
aggressive.
like,
I said, why she going mad hard?
she going mad hard, right? Yeah, that's what you
Yes,
said. And I was
yes.
like, because every New York female does that. Like, that's just how they talk.
No, but it wasn't the average aggressive. Like, you know, it wasn't the average going hard. It was like a step
passion
above.
in New York. It's the passion when they get passionate like that, and they from Brooklyn. Like, come on, like that's just how they talk.
This is true.
She don't mean nothing by it, and I feel like that's
this
the
is
misunderstanding.
True, but it felt like Fauna and her were arguing again. I'm like, damn, why y'all always arguing?
Nah. I think that's the misunderstanding that they see that aggression and they're like, yo, why you mad? Why you pressed? And it's just like, no, she's just passionate. It's okay. Like, you know, she's just getting up. I mean,
Nah, the standing up was a little alarming though. Like, I feel like also in New York, you standing up. What are you standing up for?
right. You fight.
So like for me, it's like standing up. That's a sign of extraness that like you about to do something.
no,
or like
I didn't get that though. From
no,
her.
I didn't think she was gonna do something. But
Okay.
if you want to talk about New York shit, that's also a thing too, because why you standing up? So for me, it's like, it was never that deep for you to stand up. Like, what are we standing up for?
It's passion running through her bones, yo. She had to stand up, let it out. You know
I don't even talk about anime like that. I be getting mad passionate, but I don't be getting like that.
Yo, shut the fuck up. That was the biggest lie you ever heard Tiana say. Ever. That's cap. Them bitches be standing up being like, no, but One Piece really is the best one ever. No, Attack on Titans
First
is
of all,
better.
I don't watch One Piece, so don't even bring up One Piece. Those are your friends. Those are your other friends. But anywho, I don't be going that hard though. Like, she be getting mad. Like, she don't be getting mad. She just be extra. Like, I don't be. You think I'm that extra like Tavy?
You can be.
Nah, like Tavy, like about anime, not about anything
You
else.
100%
About anime?
Yes, bitch.
I'm only like that with the fake new people coming on talking about.
That's all that matters. Is
No,
you get to that point.
When
you get tried,
yes,
you
yes.
get tried.
Yes, like if someone thinks that I'm not like an OG anime watcher, they try to test me and try to play me, then I'd be like, what are we doing? I
Right.
thought we was just having a fun conversation.
That's what
about
I'm
the show.
saying. So it's
No,
like
but
you
that
get
was
passionate.
like they got to actually like disrespect me. Then it's like, okay. But if I'm gonna talk about anime I like, I don't talk that hard. Like, but if you disrespected me about anime, okay, now I'm gonna talk hard because I was watching this shit before it became trendy, before it became popular, before all you bitches wanted to do it for your fucking OnlyFans, okay? Before Megan Thee Stallion decided she wanted to fucking do it, and that's how the shit set off. So yeah, let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Period. Okay.
Period. Yeah, and that's
And
pretty
that
much
was it.
where the episode ends. They ended off with Fauna basically saying, well, Natalie's not here to figure this shit out anyway, so.
Yeah. And then
In the previews, you know, they have the rehearsals, and Sapphire basically commends Summer for showing up again the next day, and Summer says, this is my job. And then the girls rehearsed, and they show them at their performance. Then someone fights on stage. You said it was Gretchen Suki, but I don't know who. I couldn't see it.
that's when Suki pepper sprays Gretch.
Yeah, and then they got maced in the club because everybody was like coughing, eyes red, burning out, whatever. And then Lex recaps her fight with Summer with Dolly, and then, you know, Dolly also has her little thing with Summer. Then finally, motherfucking DTV. That hoe finally come online, and then it's DTV versus Biggie, yo.
Yeah.
And that's basically what we got in store for the next few episodes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it, y'all. I mean, what are your thoughts on this episode? What did you think?
I thought there was that ending to the episode was whack, but you know, I'm here for it. I'm here for the ride.
I was here for the beginning first half, and then the end just got weird.
I just really like, you know, seeing these. I really do enjoy seeing girls get pressed and not caving in. Like, I really do enjoy that because you saw someone like E.T. and how easily it was to manipulate her to do anything. And I hate that. It bothers me. It makes me angry.
Yeah,
so
gives
when
you the ick.
Yeah, so when you see people, and it was 2 girls in one episode, Janelle and DJ Sky stay true to themselves and really stand strong against mad bitches trying to pressure you. I think
literally, they were really trying so hard.
So,
I was like, the devil is a liar.
Yeah, so I really love to watch that. I think it shows a lot of character and strength, and it goes unnoticed a lot of the time with these things because people obviously glorify, you know, reaction,
the drama. Yeah.
So I did enjoy watching that. So I mean, I don't know, that was my favorite part of the show, of the episode.
Yeah.
You enjoyed anything?
I really enjoyed the back and forth tea, whether, you know, Mariah's name was said or not. Like, I'm just like, what's tea? Because everybody tiptoeing hard.
100% on that.
Like, they walking on glass.
Yeah, no,
like a
for real.
rooftop glass where you got to walk careful or that shit will bust and you'll fall to your death. That's what it felt like.
Okay.
Some Final Destination shit. That's what it felt like. I was like,
You'll be fired immediately.
Right. Like,
yep. But
weird.
Thank you guys for sticking around. I know this is definitely an unconventional version of the podcast. Definitely very different setting, but you know, we're here to work. We're here to show up anyways, despite this 16, 18 inches of snow outside and breaking my back shoveling that shit. So, any last words?
Stay warm, y'all. I don't have any other words to say.
Okay, if you guys, we have some new content in the Patreon. Definitely go check us out there. Go show some love on our previous videos. We've definitely been putting in some work. But yeah.
And then with that being said, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram. That's JESSI.strange. And where can they find you, Tiana?
You guys can find me on Instagram at its.tianalock. You guys can find us on Instagram at
The Petty Headquarters.
You guys can find us on YouTube and all podcast platforms at
The Petty Headquarters.
And on Patreon at The Petty Headquarters.
Period.
Right. So tune in over there. You can find all of those links in the show notes, the description below. Thank you guys for tuning into this not so traditional, studio-based episode, but we still here. And shout out to Jesse. And with that being said, this was your weekly dose of mess.